welcome to another absolutely wonderful day. It is absolutely wonderful. You know what else it is? It's fall. It's fall. We got the fall leaves. A fall leaf here or there. And why shouldn't we enjoy some fall leaves? I'll just get all those leaves out of the way for a second. But, oh, grab your coffee, tea, whatever it may be, whatever gets your day going. A quick visual descriptor before we move too far. I have long brown hair, black coat and hood, glasses. I'm wearing actually a special shirt. Hopefully you can see this. Hold on, let's make sure. Like, it's one of my merch shirts, and it's just fun. It's fun. It's a whole lot of fun. Oh, we are here in the gazebo in the public park space, surrounded by fall leaves and beautiful trees with their fall leaves. Oh, and when it happens like it really goes. But, oh, what a day. I'm going to put this coffee down. I have to have those sips. I need those warm sips first. Let's talk about something that's really important. And it's near and dear to all of us, and that's tomorrow. But why would we talk about tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's not here, but today is when we build for tomorrow. Tomorrow can also be a bit nebulous. It's not just the next day. I mean, it's the next month. It's the next year. It's the next 5 years of our lives. What is tomorrow? Well, I guess that really depends on what your goals are, what you're doing. Now, for me, tomorrow, mm, tomorrow is a many splendid thing. Tomorrow is another workshop. Tomorrow is another art project. Tomorrow's another book. Tomorrow's another film. Tomorrow's another live stream. Tomorrow is what my life as an artist is going to look like. But for you, your tomorrow can be, well, whatever it is you're building, whatever it is you're making, whatever your mission is. Whether that's you want to have 100 new clients for your business, or if that's you want to take some extended vacation, um, get on a boat and travel to Bahamas. Tomorrow, again, it's a nebulous thing. It's intangible, but we can make it a reality. And how do we build for tomorrow? How do we plan for what's not here yet? How do we make what we haven't reached yet into something reachable? That is a really interesting question. And the truth is, there isn't going to be a single way to do it. But there are certain things that you can do that make building tomorrow work a lot easier for you. And there's a couple key ones that I think you definitely should not skip over. So the first thing is deciding what your future, what your tomorrow is. The reason this can be a difficult thing to do is because sometimes we have conflicting goals, and sometimes we have conflicting desires. Sometimes we think one thing is important, and once we start doing it, maybe it's not so important. So I'm going to use myself as an example here. So some time back, I decided I was going to start building my art career into a legitimate career. The problem is I didn't know how to go about that. You see, I was painting, I was trying to share artwork with all of you. I was sharing links to my books, to my films, to my videos. But I wasn't focused. I didn't have a single thing I was trying to get across. And I do so many different things. I'm a very diversely spread out creator and artist. So I write, but I don't just write books, I write short stories. And I don't just write short stories and books, I write poetry. And I don't just do that, I also write these kind of interactive little things like now. And I write concepts for films and then create the films. And so, that's really spread out. How do we get that tighter? How do we make it make sense? And then as an artist, I create art. And of course, I want to sell that art. I want to get that art to other people. But why do I want to sell it? Because I'm an artist. I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to make art and then sell your art. But no. And thanks to my best friend and my biggest supporter, I leaned more towards a different skill set I have in art, and that's actually education. And I developed my workshops. And of course, I wouldn't have gotten to this point without someone else giving a little tap on my shoulder and being like, you know what, you should really be doing this. And then when I did, I found this is actually really successful. I really enjoy this. This is really enjoyable for other people. I don't just have to sell my own artwork. I can share the experience of the art creation. And once I had that moment, and once I was kind of given that insight from someone else and kind of given a direction, then my art career started to become a legitimate career. So this brings us back to building tomorrow. First off, you don't need all the answers yourself. When you want to build your tomorrow, you most certainly do not need to know everything. You don't need to know everything you want to do. You don't need to know everywhere you're going to go. And you definitely do not need to know how to shape your career. And why do I say you don't need to know all these things? Because when you go to build tomorrow, you got to open your ears. If you have supporters, friends, a great spouse, or you know other professionals within your industry sphere, they're going to have some brilliant ideas. And you might want to push back against those ideas because they're not your ideas. But don't do that. Don't push back against other people just because the ideas aren't yours. Now, about a decade ago, that definitely was my problem. Other people's ideas were their ideas. I wanted to do it my way. Well, a decade ago, and then most of the 10 years that followed, I wasn't getting anywhere. I had to be open, I had to be receptive. So thank goodness I had an incredibly, incredibly good friend and supporter, my best friend and my best supporter, and I listened to them. But you might have someone like that in your life. So if they have ideas, listen, take it on, and then consider the possibilities. This is going to be a big thing for building tomorrow for you. But that's not the only thing we can do. Because remember, we don't need to have all the answers ourselves, but we do have to be receptive and we do have to look for the answers. Now, the next thing obviously is really trying to figure out like what you actually want. This is enormous. It's huge. What do you want? And until you know what you want, you can't really do anything with the desires you have. You're grasping at every little butterfly that flies by. It's not going to work. So figure out what you really want. And if that takes you a month, if that takes you a week, if that takes you a day, if that takes you a year, it's okay. It's okay. We don't necessarily always find success because we just do something. We find success because we're consistent, because we keep doing the work, because we keep showing up. So again, whether you are in small business, big business, you're an investor, you're an entrepreneur, you're a homemaker, a family person, whether you work for some other company and you just want to climb that corporate ladder, all of these things are great. All of them are cool. You should do it if that's what you want to do, if that's what you want to do. But you don't have to be a success at it. You don't have to know everything right away. And you don't even have to know everything ever. But you do have to be consistent. You do have to keep showing up and you have to keep doing the work. And now for, of course, the last thing, you also have to take time off, step away. Whether that's a weekend, a week, step away for a month, or in the case of some of us, step away from what you enjoy doing for a few years. It's okay to do those things. When we try to think about our life path, when we try to build for tomorrow, the only thing that we can guarantee is that something will happen. We don't know necessarily what that's going to be, but if you show up, if you do the work, if you are receptive to other people's ideas, if you actually know what you want to do, something will happen. And hopefully that something is success and growth and building. But building for tomorrow needs to be the goal today. And that's what's going to bring us all around to the beginning again. You need to do it now. And I know I told you you can take time off and you don't have to have all the answers now, but you do have to start working now and you do have to start doing these things now. You have to make that effort and get things beginning. And you also have to have an extra cuppa because you deserve one. Coffee, tea, whatever it may be, get an extra cuppa. Now, we've been talking about building tomorrow, but now let me talk to you about something else. And that's my new limited line merch and apparel. So some of you may know I used to have a bonfire store. Now that bonfire store still exists, but you're going to see a link somewhere nearby for my website and digital gallery. All of my merch is slowly coming over to my website. And it's a big move. I want you to be able to go to one site and get all these cool things. So you're going to notice, first off, that there's some new limited line merch if you go there. And you're not just going to notice new stuff like my pencil cases, this wonderful draped top, some new sweaters. You're also going to see something which actually was a limited time only, and that's this t-shirt, and she was my queen. This t-shirt I'm wearing now, based off one of my charcoal pieces, my charcoal artworks. But you're not going to see it in this gray color. You're going to see it in true royal, a wonderful blue shade. And that is a limited piece. Like when I originally released this gray one, it was limited and it was only going to be out so long. And there was a few colors of the shirt, but it was only going to be out so long. So only a few people ever got these shirts. There's now a new version of it in true royal. And again, it's limited. There's only going to be so many of them. So act now if you want to get one. But don't just act now if you want to get one. Act now if you want to get something that's only going to be around for a little while and you want to support the arts. And also, And I'm going to make sure that this is in the comments below in a moment. But if you use code ARTOBER, ARTOBER, you're going to get a discount at checkout when you use Arctober at checkout. And for a limited time, there's going to be free shipping for some items to the US and Canada. So get on my website, get yourself a shirt, get yourself a sweater. There's a Your Saturday Night sweater that's brand new, and there's an The Art of Feeling sweater, brand new. Those are going to be around for a short time also. But go ahead, get those while they're there. Maybe pick up some art, but otherwise, thank you, everyone, for showing up, for being here, for being awesome. I hope you have a marvelous day, great rest of your week, and get moving. It is time to build for tomorrow. Take care. I'll see you all again real soon. Hi, everybody.